Why, hello. It's Miss Gina. Yeah. It's really bedtime, but we're going to keep it story time at Gina's Planet with Miss Gina. But I'm really filming it close to a lot of people's bedtime. Oh, dear. And I've got a bunch of things pre-recorded, so it's not really bedtime. So it's story time. So I thought we would start with Sid the Science Kid. So we've got Sid the Science Kid. Why can't I have cake for dinner? Why can't I have cake for dinner? I think that's perfectly reasonable. And this one says, I'm going to read the cake first, and then the trouble with germs. It's a Sid, the Science Kid. And then everybody move your feet. And then we're going to finish with the Whispering Rabbit. He's a whispering rabbit. Okay. So we're going to start with a level 2 learning to read book, Sid the Science Kid, for story time tonight. Or today. Maybe. Learning to read. Why can't I have cake for dinner? It's Sid the Science Kid. It says, I'm going to scoot up. I don't think I turned our night light on. I turn on the night light so it's like it's nighttime. It's a very special day for Sid today. Today is my birthday. It's a special day for Sid because today is my birthday. Sid's favorite birthday treat in the whole wide world is cake. Whose isn't cake? Do you know what Sid would like on his cake? I don't. Do you? An extra yummy dinosaur made out of frosting. Frosting. It says Cake-alicious. There's Sid. He's having a birthday. No wonder he wants cake for dinner. It's his birthday. We think it is, Sid. Your birthday? Yes, he does. Oh, look, he's recording. Why can't I eat cake every day, day? I think he's making it a song. Sid has another super idea. Why wait until your birthday to have birthday cake? Why not have cake for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Why don't parents let us have cake all the time? Why not? Just then, Sid hears his mom. Hey, Sid, it's breakfast time. She calls from the kitchen. Yippee! It's time to eat. Yum. There he goes. He's going to go eat. Did your mother call you for dinner? Can you have a very merry unbirthday and have birthday cake? Or unbirthday cake? Maybe. It's the birthday boy, says Dad. Excuse me while I try to zoom you in so you can read the words. No luck with that. Sorry. I don't know if it's my glasses or if that's really blurry. Mom and baby Zeke wish Sid a happy birthday as Mom sets out a bowl of cereal for Sid. Dad asks a very important question. What would you like for your birthday dinner? Since it's Sid's special day, he gets to choose. If he gets to choose, does that mean he'll get cake? What do you think? Maybe. Sid's answer is as simple as it is tasty. Cake! Mom and Dad are a bit confused. Of course Sid will have cake, but after dinner, right? Right. This is baby Zeke. This is Mom, his dad, and Sid. They're sitting at their dinner table. Do you sit at a dinner table when you eat? He says, for dinner? Mom explains why cake is sometimes food. Cake has a lot of sugar in it. That means they only have it sometimes, not all the time. Mom says, how about cupcakes then? Too much sugar, Mom says again. Little cookies shaped like cake? Can you guess the answer? Too much sugar. Mom says once again, but cake is so yummy. I'm roving reporter Sid with today's survey. Sid has a lot to talk about when he arrives at school. Gerald and May are waiting on the playground. Hey guys, Sid asked the question of the day. What would happen if you ate cake for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? What would happen? Your sugar might be too high. Maybe. I think your tummy would feel yucky, answers May. Gabriella explains that Sid isn't the only one who likes cake. I would be willing to do that experiment for you to tell you how that feels. Oh, I once saw a bunch of ants eating cake at a picnic. They liked it. So maybe eating cake all day is a good idea. Gerald tells how lots of cake makes him feel. When I eat lots of cake, I run around and around. Might make us hyper. And around and around and around and around. Look, it's Teacher Susie. It's rug time. Come on inside, she sings. The kids take their seats. Before they get started on today's lesson, Teacher Susie has a special greeting. Happy birthday, Sid. Sid's friends wish him a super duper schmooper birthday too. Do you have a birthday wish you'd like to share? Teacher Susie asks. There's his friends sitting at the rug at community or circle time. They're all coming in. It's rug time. Sid sure does. My wish is to eat cake for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Teacher Susie agrees that cake tastes good, but says it's not for eating every day. What food gives you energy and makes you feel good? Nutritious foods have all the things in them you'll need to grow. Strong and healthy. Teacher Susie explains, it is important to feel healthy. Sid's friends show him what they can do when they're feeling strong and healthy. Gabriella flexes her muscles. May whirls and twirls around. Gerald asks what types of food are nutritious. That's a perfect question, says Teacher Susie. Let's explore that at the Super Fab Lab, she calls. The kids all grab their journals and their lunch boxes. Teacher Susie wheels out a big cart. It's a big chart. It has an H, C-H, art, chart. Chart. The best way to eat a nutritious meal is to eat a bit from each food group every day. There's some cheese, milk, that's dairy. We got bread, cereal, pasta. We got fish, meat, chicken. We got vegetables, fruits. Grab your journal. Grab your journal too, Teacher Susie says. Sid notices something very important. There's no cake on the nutritious food chart. The friends begin grouping the lunches into the different food groups. Carrot sticks are vegetables. Tuna salad is fish. A cheese sandwich is bread and also cheese. A veggie sandwich is bread, too, and it also has vegetables. Apples and oranges are fruit. Crackers belong in the bread group. Yogurt goes in the milk and cheese. Where do you think you might find cheese at the grocery store? It's near the milk. Cheese is near the milk because it's dairy. Milk is dairy, cheese is dairy, yogurt's considered dairy. So you'll find them grouped together. Now let's use your journals to draw a nutritious meal. Teacher Susie says, where do you find toast in the grocery store? Anybody know? Go ask your moms. Let's see what everyone drew in their journals. Pasta, meatballs, broccoli, bread, chicken, green beans, and potatoes. That's what they wrote. Those are the foods they can eat every day that make them feel good. Sandwich, spinach, celery, apples, cheese, cucumber, turkey, orange, lettuce, and chicken. That sounds like meats and vegetables and fruits. And it's got an orange, so that's fruit. And apples are fruit, cheese is dairy or milk, celery is a vegetable, spinach is a vegetable, lettuce is a vegetable, and chicken is a meat. You can eat a whole nutritious meal in one big bite, Gerald says. Chomp. He drew a picture of it. And she drew a picture too. It says mashed potatoes, peas, mom's gumbo, and cake. Now it's time to see what's in Sid's journal. I drew my nutritious birthday meal. So let's see what it's got. He drew it. Teacher Susie's impressed with each of her scientists. You know so much about eating healthy, nutritious foods. Sid is sad that he can't eat cake all day. But if he did, his body wouldn't be getting enough nutritious foods. If he eats cake only once in a while and eats a little bit from each food group every day, he'll have enough energy to run and jump and play. That's important. Yeah, he's got on a crown. Is that because it's his birthday? Maybe. It says when Sid gets home, he knows just what to request for dinner. I'd like mashed potatoes, peas, a glass of milk, some of Mom's jumbo gumbo. Hey, those are foods from each food group. He learned about that in school, and Sid got his wish from this morning too. But with a nutritious, delicious twist, a yummy cake with a dinosaur made out of blueberries. It's a fruit. Nice. So let's sing happy birthday to Sid because it's his birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sid. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Happy birthday, Sid. Bye, Sid. Oh, it's Sid again. This book is called The Trouble with Germs. It's Sid the Science Kid. The Trouble with Germs. It's a level 1 book. Learning to read with Sid the Science Kid. Sid, said Dad. Breakfast is... Achoo! Bless you, Dad, said Sid. Blah-hoo! Said Zeke. Uh-oh, are they both getting sick? Oh, no. My dad is sick, said Sid. He and my mom say that I have to wash my hands. if I don't want to catch Dad's cold. Good idea. Good idea. I want to know, said Sid. Why do I have to keep washing my hands? Why do you think we wash our hands? When we get things on our hands or touch things, we wash our hands. When we use the restroom, we wash our hands. When we get glue on our hands, we wash our hands. Sorry, I'm not chewing, I'm coughing. Pardon me while I get a sip. I had a tickle. Sid was super hungry. Wash your hands first, said Mom. Why, said Sid. Did your mom ask you to wash your hands? I know I ask my kids to wash their hands all the time. You don't want to catch my cold germs, said Dad. He doesn't want him to get sick, does he? I don't see any germs, said Sid. You're right, said Mom. Germs are too small for us to see with our eyes. I can't even see them, and I have glasses. I don't see any germs on Sid's hands either. Sid doesn't see them. His mom doesn't see them. Dad can't see them. Look, said Mom. These germs look bigger. They are under a very, very strong... What do we need to see them? Microscope. Look at the germs. It makes them bigger than we can see. Look how many germs are on his hands. Oh my goodness, and we couldn't see them. It's a good thing we washed our hands. Cool, said Sid. That one looks like a robot. See right there where his finger is? He says that one looks like a robot. Kind of does. That one maybe. That's a good observation. At school, I gotta scoot my chair up, it's sliding on me. At school, Sid met up with his friends. Do you know what germs are? Said Sid. Itty bitty things that make you sick, said May. She's standing on her head. Germs, get off. Is that what she said? Nope. Germs get on stuff. We might want them to get off and give you a cold and stuff, said Gerald. Germs can make you sneeze, said Gabriella. You guys know a lot about germs, said Sid. There's his friends. They're telling him about germs. Rug time, said Teacher Susie. Sid and his friends sat on the rug. Let's talk about germs, said Teacher Susie. We can't see germs, said Teacher Susie, but we can still pass them around. Pretend that Gerald is sick, said Teacher Susie. He sneezes on his hands and gets germs on them. We're on page 15. Then Gerald passes germs to Sid, and Sid passes them to May, said Teacher Susie. It's like a big chain of germs, said Sid. Uh-oh. We sharing germs? Germs make us sick. Always sneeze into a tissue, said Teacher Susie. This helps stop germs from spreading around. Or you can sneeze into your arm like this. Teacher Susie pretended to sneeze. She covered her mouth with her sleeve. You see her cover it? Sometimes I sneeze in the bend of my elbow. Or I might sneeze into my shoulder. Yeah. But anyway, you don't want those little water particles from your mouth and nose to get on other people because they carry the germs that made you sick. And then you're sharing them when you sneeze or cough. So let's always cover our mouth when we cough or sneeze. Let's go to the Super Fab Lab, said Teacher Susie. Time to learn why washing your hands is so important. It's so important to clean up after ourselves and wash our hands and kill those germs so they don't make us sick. Pretend the dirt is germs, said Teacher Susie. Dip your hands in it. Cool, said Sid. I love dirt. They like dirt. It's making him very happy. He's happy about the dirt. Oops. Now try wiping your hands off, said Teacher Susie. They are still dirty, said May. We need soap and water, said Gabriella. Right, said Teacher Susie. It's the same with germs. You need to wash up to get them off. Yeah, it's important. It's important to wash our hands. When Sid got home, he was super hungry. Sid, said Mom, it's snack time. Achoo! Uh-oh, you think Mom got sick? Thanks, said Sid, but I think I will wash my hands first. Oh, he learned something, didn't he, at school? He learned to wash his hands. And that was called The Trouble with Germs. It's a level 1 reader. And the other one we read was a level 2. We're going to read one more level 2, and then we're going to read a little golden book called The Whispering Rabbit. We have 2 more stories. 2 more. Are you still with me, or did you fall asleep? I love to hear a good story, and it put me to sleep. That's good. This one says, everybody move your feet. It's Sid the Science Kid. Good morning, Sid. Sid has exciting news to share. I'm going to make a pillow fort and do nothing but watch my favorite TV show, Fire Dog Brigade, all week long. I'll sit in front of the TV all day and all night. He's got his microphone. Isn't it a brilliant idea? Well, Mom and Dad probably won't love this. Just watch TV plan. But why? Why wouldn't his mom and dad? Why wouldn't your mom and dad want you just to watch TV and veg out? I've got to know. What's the big deal with TV? Why can't I watch it all weekend? Why? Do you know? Sid, breakfast time. He eats breakfast every day, have you noticed? It's an important meal. Breakfast time. TV, 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 Sid yells, running into the kitchen. Good morning, Sid, Mom says. Sid greets his family. Hey, Zeke and Mom. Hi, Dad. Sid tells his family his super brilliant plan for the weekend. I have the best idea in the world. I'm going to bring a TV into my room, sit on my bed, and watch Fire Dog Brigade all weekend long. Sid is all smiles and excitement as he awaits their response. Do you think they're going to be happy about that choice? I kind of don't think so. All weekend long, Sid? You cannot watch TV all weekend long, Mom answers. All that TV wouldn't be good for you. Dad says your body would get really tired. Excuse me? His mom said. Maybe Mom and Dad didn't hear Sid. How could he get tired? Sid wouldn't be moving. He'd be watching. Because your body needs to move, Dad answers. You need to exercise your muscles like, no way. He says no way. He's not watching TV all weekend. This, Dad says, striking a pose and doing deep knee bends. Sid's mom agrees. If you don't move at all and just watch TV, your body would turn to mush. She says, I love exercising. Feels good. Sid doesn't quite understand. I know. I'll investigate at school. Maybe my friends can help me figure this out. Do you think they'll help him figure it out? Do you like to exercise? What's your favorite exercise? Sid jumps out of the car, excited to see his friends. Gabriella, Gerald, and May are waiting for him on the playground. Sid asks the question of the day. Do you know anyone who exercises? I'm roving reporter Sid with today's survey. Oh, look. Looks like karate, walks the dog, plays soccer. I do. My dad and my dog Chester exercise together, answered Gerald. They run around the big field, but my dog is a lot faster than my dad. May knows someone who likes to exercise too. My Aunt Karen does Tai Chi, May says, doing a cool Tai Chi move. Sid asks Gabrielle next. My brother plays soccer and I play with him, she says. So there's some exercises, walking the dog, Tai Chi, like karate, or I guess mixed martial arts, things like that, karate, and soccer. All those things are exercise. You're getting movement and you're burning calories and you're building your muscles up. Makes your muscles stronger. Maybe Teacher Susie can help Sid and his friends learn more. Come on in. We've got a lot to learn today, Teacher Susie sings. The kids take their seats. Who has something they want to talk about? Teacher Susie asks. On the playground, we talked about exercise, Gabriella responds. Sid explains how he wants to watch Fire Dog Brigade all weekend. Except my mom and dad say it's not good for my body. It's not good for his body. To stay healthy and strong, you have to exercise your whole body. Teacher Susie says, even your feet, says Gabriella, and your arms, says Gerald. Yes, exercise is even good for your brain. For your brain. That's why we read. It's good exercise for our brains. And thinking about things works out your brain. Did you ever think about that? Yeah. Good idea. Read more. Go around taking surveys like Sid about things you're interested in. That's a good idea. Yes, exercise is even good for your brain. It helps you think better. Teacher Susie explains. So when you move your body, it helps your brain too. Not just reading and thinking, but exercise, playing soccer, going for a walk. Those things help your brain. I guess you clear your head, as they say. It's time for an investigative exercise with a special outside super fab lab on the playground. Grab your journals and let's go, Teacher Susie says. Teacher Susie describes the right and wrong way to exercise. There are many exercises to... Rewind. There are many ways to exercise your body. She says the important thing is to just move your body and have fun. Wow. You'll know you're moving around enough when you can feel your heart beating fast. So your heart will beat faster when you exercise. And that's a good thing. It circulates the blood. Get your heart pumping. It's good. So it'll beat faster, Teacher Susie continues. Sid and his friends put their hands over their hearts. They can't feel anything. That's because right now their hearts are beating slowly. But after some exercise, they will try again. So look, they've got their hands over their hearts to see if they can feel it beating. See. Can't feel mine either. I guess if I were exercising, I could feel mine. Sid leads the group in some stretching and warming up. Then everyone shows a favorite way to move. Gabriella kicks a soccer ball. Sid does a robot dance with a robot voice. I like pretending to be a robot making pancakes. May pretends to garden with her grandpa, planting and weeding and watering. Gerald tap dances and sings. Hey, that's exercising his lungs too. It's good to sing and exercise your lungs and take deep breaths. So remember to breathe when you're doing your exercises as well. It's your turn. What's your favorite way to move your body? You're all exercising and building strong muscles, Teacher Susie says encouragingly. Everyone put your hands over your heart and observe if it's beating the same or faster than before. May says her heart is beating really fast. And Gerald and Gabriella agree, but they are breathing really fast. You're a scientist. You can try this too, says Sid. Sid and his friends grab their journals. It's time to draw some observations. That's what they saw and did. Gerald draws a picture of himself dancing. I'm drawing myself working in my grandpa's garden, May offers. Picking up every single weed is hard work, but it's fun. Gabriella draws a picture of herself playing soccer. Sid draws himself as a robot, his heart beating faster and really hard. Boom, 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 Sid says. That's his heartbeat. You turn the page. Sid can't believe the school day is over already. There's Grandpa to pick him up. Hey, it's not Grandpa, it's Grandma. Grandma to pick him up. Hey, Grandma, we learned about exercise today. Sid had no idea playing, dancing, and using his body was so important for staying healthy. Staying healthy is fun. There's his grandma. She's got on her sunglasses. Sid can't wait to tell his family all about his new, brilliant idea. Scientists in the house. He learned how exercise is good for our bodies in school today. Sid says it gives us energy and helps our heart and arms and even our brain. There's Grandma. She's staying for dinner. But what is Sid's great idea? His parents and Grandma wonder. Instead of watching Fire Dog Brigade, our whole family can act out Fire Dog Brigade. Hooray! So they're going to act out the show instead of sitting and watching the show. Great idea. And sometimes if your favorite show comes on, you can get up and pretend with it. You can move. Just an idea. That was a good story. We have one more. Just one more. The Whispering Rabbit. It's by Margaret Wise Brown, illustrated by Cindy. I want to say it's Zekiris. I hope I pronounced that wrong. I apologize if I didn't. It's a very unusual name to me. This is a little golden book. And this is our front cover. This is the spine. This is the back cover. It has all the characters on there. And this is our title page. It tells the title of our book again. It's called The Whispering Rabbit. The Whispering Rabbit. Once there was a sleepy little rabbit who began to yawn. And he yawned. And he yawned and he yawned. And he yawned. He opened his little rabbit mouth when he yawned, till he could see his white front teeth and his little round pink mouth. And he yawned. And he yawned. Oh, I yawned too. Until suddenly a bee flew into his mouth and he swallowed the bee. Oh no. Can you see the bee where it came from before he swallowed it? Oh, there comes the bee. There it is. His mouth's open. That's why you keep your mouth closed outside so you don't swallow bugs. Hoo! Hoo! It's an owl and a rabbit. Said a big round owl, always keep your paw in front of your mouth when you yawn. Did you notice? When I yawn, I cover my mouth. It's important. Always cover your mouth with your paw when you yawn, hooted the owl. Rabbits never do that, said the sleepy little rabbit. Silly rabbits, said the owl, and he flew away. He said, silly rabbits, said the owl, and he flew away. There he is, telling him to keep his paw in front of his mouth when he yawns. Oh, we cover our mouth when we sneeze. Achoo. We cover it when we yawn. Oh, because something could get in our mouth too. Things come out, things go in. Who knew? The little rabbit wanted to call after the owl. He opened his mouth to speak, but the bumblebee was curled up asleep in his throat, and all the little rabbit could do was whisper. He could just whisper, because that bee is asleep in his throat. That would be scary. What shall I do? He whispered to a squirrel who wasn't sleepy. Wake him up, said the squirrel. Wake up the bumblebee. How? Whispered the rabbit. All I can do is whisper, and I'm sleepy, and I want to go to sleep. And who can sleep with a bumblebee? Who can sleep with a bumblebee? Not me. Suddenly, a wise old groundhog popped up out of the ground. All I can do is whisper, said the little rabbit. All the better, said the groundhog. Come here, little rabbit, he said, and I will whisper to you how to wake up a bumblebee. What do you think he told him? You have to make the littlest noise that you can possibly make, because a bumblebee doesn't bother about big noises. He is a very little bee, and he is only interested in little noises. Like a loud whisper? Asked the rabbit. Too loud, said the groundhog, and he popped back into his hole. He popped back into his hole. A little noise, whispered the rabbit, and he started making little rabbit noises. He made a noise as quiet as the sound as a bird's wings. Bird's wing cutting the air, but the bee didn't wake up. So the little rabbit made the sound of snow falling, but the bee didn't wake up. He didn't wake up. He made it like birds, and then like snow falling. He's trying to think of very quiet things. So the little rabbit made the sound of a bug breathing. What does a bug breathing sound like? And a fly sneezing. And grass rustling. And the firefighter thinking, think. Still, the bee did not wake up. There he is. So the rabbit sat and thought of all the little sounds he could think of. What could they be? Snow melting. A sound quiet as snow melting, quiet as a flower growing. Have you ever heard a flower growing? Oh my. Quiet as an egg resting in its shell, quiet as. And suddenly he knew the little sound that he would make, and he made it. It was like a little click made hundreds of miles away by a bumblebee in an apple tree in full bloom on a mountaintop. It was the very small click of a bee swallowing some honey from an apple blossom. Oh, what a good idea. So he'll think he has a meal and wake up and go eat. How did he know to do that? And at that, the bee woke up. He thought he was missing something, and away he flew. Look at all those trees. He'll be such a happy bee. And then, what did the little rabbit do? That sleepy, sleepy little rabbit. Sleepy, sleepy little rabbit. He closed his mouth. He closed his eyes. He closed his ears. And he tucked in his paws and twitched his nose. And he went sound asleep. That little rabbit went to sleep. Night-night, rabbit. There's the bee. Night-night, rabbit. I hope you enjoyed those stories. And I hope you get some sleep. I hope they help make you sleepy so you can get some good night's rest. And I'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed that. Bye-bye.